The Hytorc clamp is our three-piece mechanical tension nut. The clamp consists of a hardened washer, an outer sleeve, and an inner sleeve. For demonstration purpose here, I've got an 1.5 inch stud and a 2.5 inch stud set up. And how the clamp works is actually very simple. We have a machine surface on the outer sleeve and a machine surface on the hardened washer. Now, because we're going to know the lubricant that's on all these surfaces, and we're going to know the coefficient of friction, that friction value is going to be known and equal from each bolt. With that being said, we can guarantee our bolt wood accuracy to plus or minus 5%, because we're no longer dealing with unknown variables, okay? With conventional nut and bolt situations, like on a flange, for example, we've got the unknown friction value between the nut and the flange face, and the threads of the stud and the nut, etc. Here, because everything's fully self-contained and we have our machine surfaces, we can guarantee and calculate that bolt load to plus or minus 5%. It's arguably one of the most accurate bolt load systems in the world. And where it really shines is on stuff like pump casings, turbine casings, etc. And because the washer stays stationary, we've got no more fascia going on those expensive components. So what happens is, when we get the clamp set up and ready to go, in the starter position here, as you will see, the inner sleeve and the washer are now flush. How it works is really simple. We take our Hytorc machine, we actually hold the inner sleeve from turning and turn the outer sleeve. And what happens is, when that happens, you can see that we're getting a stretch on the inner sleeve. That translates to a straight axial stretch on your stud with no side load and no torsion, and it is a very, very effective system. How it works is very simple. We have our Avanti machine with our driver. Now, the only part that turns on the driver is the calculated part here. That will engage onto the outer sleeve. This inner spline reaction engages onto the inner sleeve itself, which is attached to the stud. As that's attached to the housing of the tool, nothing can turn, so we've got no more backup wrenches required, and the whole system is actually very simple to use. So we just install the Avanti machine like that, and away we go. When the outer sleeve stops turning like that, we're now done. So we've just applied a stretch to that bolt, straight axle stretch, no side load, no torsion. Radius issues are no longer a problem because we can actually position this tool 360 degrees around on the bolt. So if we're into a very tight corner, there's no more problems involved. We're also dealing away with big sockets with conventional nuts as well. So, for example, here's an 1.5 inch drive machine that would normally have a 3 7/8 heavy hex socket on it. Now, we all know that a socket is actually big, and in this situation here, it wouldn't fit. We'd have to machine the socket down to take care of business. So again, just like with the smaller one, it works exactly the same way. We just hit the button, and there we go. The washer stays stationary, so we've got no more pressure going. Done. And again, we're not fighting with any reaction points, so we can get into some very tight corners, and it works very well. We've had great success with these in a number of industries and a number of different applications. Your critical path applications, troublesome areas, or leaks, applications with perpetual leaks, these things are the way to go. Again, with plus or minus 5% accuracy, it's kind of hard to top that. For breakout and loosening, it's very simple. All we do is simply take the machine, we just switch the driver to the other side of the tool, to the loosened side of the tool, which is done very simply. Even on bigger tools like this, it's very simple to do. And we just switch the container around, install everything. And now, we're ready for loosening. So for breakout, again, we've got no side load, no torsion. We've had a straight axle stretch in the bolt. So now when we go to release the load off the bolt, it's much more effective than fighting with a conventional heavy hex nut in the bolt that's got all that torsion on it. And again, no reaction. So we go, everything's hand tight. So as you can see, it's just a matter of seconds of bolt for tightening and for breakout. and without all the negativity that we've got involved with a conventional torque. It's a fantastic product, and it's one of the most accurate methods out there, and it's also a heck of a lot faster than jack screw fasteners that we may be familiar with little jack screws like that. Those are a nightmare to set up and install properly, and the clamp is obviously the way to go. So, that's that.